Steve, a busy weekend for us. Before we talk about our show on Saturday night in Blackpool, the night before you had a little bit of interest on the Wasserman show where we had 3 lads, 2 fighting one another, and little Samir out for his 5th fight.
Yeah, obviously when the Wassermans come to Bolton on Channel 5, I help them out with the venue, and this has kindly lets me put a decent fight on for them, and where I can I'll use a couple of VIP kids. So on Friday night we put 2 together, and we always say that when we do that, they're great fights, because I wouldn't put 2 kids together if I didn't think it was a fair fight. And again, it proved to be fight of the night. You know, by a long stretch, that was the best fight of the night on Friday at Bolton, and Matty Rennie rose to the occasion and put on a wonderful boxing display. And James Moore, because how much he tried, and he did have a big 8th round. Matty was just one step ahead of him, mainly through the fight. So yeah, well deserved win for Matty Rennie, and he'll move on from that. And James will have to come back, and that's what it is, isn't it? You know, it's a fair fight, and there's a winner and a loser, unfortunately. And before that fight, we had another loser, which is unusual for us, isn't it? On the things, and Samir Aftab got beat.
It was a good fight though, you know.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and he probably scored more shots and landing shots than the other kid, but they weren't affecting him, was they? I think Samir's got a problem where he's a genuine light fly, and there's none about, so he's having to fight flies, super flies, bantamweights, isn't he? And you know, to be fair, it's a fight he should have won, and he was a lot better boxer, but he had a bit of a stamina issue, didn't he? His legs seemed to go, and he was tired after 2.5 rounds. Yeah. So that's something you've got to look at. I mean, I sat with him afterwards, and he was very, very disappointed, but you know, there was reasons why, and the things that he can do to make sure he improves, and I'm sure he will do. So the Samir Aftab story will go on, but it's had a little bump on the road, as you say. So then go to Blackpool, which
it was a good night.
It was a good card. It was obviously a 12 fight card at one stage, and it was 11, and then on the day he went down to 10 when we couldn't get Willie Goldie matched. He was fighting Basev, the Russian, who's normally reliable. He pulled out on the morning of the weigh-in, and we just couldn't match Will up. So that was a sickler, really. But the show went on, and it wasn't a bad show. It wasn't as good as I was hoping, but it was still a decent show. Opener was Jackson Hume against Fons Alexander, which was a fair fight. Fons always gives it his all, and he was competitive with Jackson. Good fight. Thomas Ferry against Joshua Ocampo, again another tough Colombian who pushed Thomas all the way, even though it was a comfortable 40-36 win for Thomas. I think he only hurt him a couple of times with left hooks to the body, and
tell you what, he's like being fast though, Thomas, isn't he?
Yeah, he's easy on the eye.
Very.
Yeah, he's easy on the eye. So it's only a baby. He's going to take a lot of developing, isn't he? Yeah, and
he just I think Michael Gomez made his comeback the week before after 8 wins out, and he's English champion. And that
Ocampo, yeah.
He just got in with him, so you know, for only his 3rd fight, not a bad performance.
Yeah, Jamie Devine, probably fight of the night. Well, not for fight of the night, performance of the night, because Carl Sampson's very durable, good fighter, knows his way around, can always get through in a tough fight, but Jamie was getting a lot of shots off him in the 1st round, and the 2nd round got a belting shot which hit him on the top of the head, put him over, and he got on his knee, was going to rise at 8, but he said to me afterwards his legs was there and he felt I can't get up.
It was 2 overhand rights in the exact same place. He knocked him back into the corner and then landed the same shot again. And I, again, like you did, I spoke to Jamie, because he'd been stopped once before, but it was on a technical decision because it was a court and the referee the doctor wouldn't allow him to box. But he's never been put down like that before. That was some performance by Jamie.
Yeah. And then the next one, easy stoppage for Lewis Wright. He stopped a Czech, Miloslav Pavek, first round. And to be honest with you, you know, I was hoping a bit more of a tougher test for Lewis on that.
He was no test, was he?
But yeah, he was poor, the Czech, and Lewis did what he wanted to, unloaded all his shots, and the ref stopped it rightly because there was nothing coming back from Pavek. But you can't really judge Lewis on that. But you know, we can say he did look a lot relaxed and a big, strong heavyweight, and he'll be in some exciting fights.
What was good about that though was he could have allowed that to be a 40-36 victory, but what he did, he went on him and forced the referee to step in because nothing was coming back. But there was a lot going at him, wasn't there?
Yeah. So yeah, he moves on 3-0 now with 2 KOs.
Nice, isn't it?
Great for an heavyweight, yeah. And then the next fight was the loser of 9, was it? Brian Collins against Dimitri Potakunas from Estonia, who've had over before.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I expected Brian to deal with him fairly comfortably, even though he's a tough, durable kid. But there just seems to be no zipping Brian Collins at all, and you know, a fair loss, although I didn't think the 58-55 was fair on it. You know what I mean? I was hoping at the end of that we might have nicked a draw off it, but you know, one point
either way or a draw would have been fair, wouldn't it? But 55-58 was
but, you know, I spoke with Brian afterwards, and there's a few things that went wrong in the camp, and you know, we'll have a cup of coffee next week and talk about what the next move is. But you know, it's got to be better than that, hasn't it? And
he looked good when he was in the centre of the ring. It's just that when he kept being forced back to the ropes, he kept getting tagged with silly shots.
I'd like to see him get back in the ring and avenge that
He's done it once before, hasn't he?
Well, he's done it on the draw before, but he had been dropped. He didn't get dropped on Saturday. But to be straight, his leg stiffened a few times, and you know, he's got to come back. Whether it's that rematch or something else, I don't know. But we've got to be careful.
Demetrius has grown, though, hasn't he? Because remember, 18 months ago he fought Jake Abro, and they're roughly the same size. He looked huge in there on the night. Yeah,
he did. He has put a little bit of weight on.
Good weight as well, though.
Yeah, and then Jake Abro got a 6th rounder with John Henry Mascara, who again a tough lad. Took a bit of a pasting off Jake, and you know, got through. I wouldn't say comfortably. Again, a couple of body shots had hurt him, but the head shots didn't seem to faze him, and maybe Jake could have switched it around a little bit more. But you know, he put a beating on him, and the kid absorbed it, didn't he?
Again, a perfect record, 9-0. And never lost a round. Shared 1 round, never lost a round. So it's not too bad a performance.
Yeah, then we had a little bit of a gap before we got his stablemate on Levi Barrs, who's only his 3rd fight, and he steps up to a 6th rounder, and he did it comfortably, and he was always in charge, very aggressive, throwing a lot of punches. Levi caught him with a lot, but got hit himself a little bit as well. So
that's what made him fun, though, wasn't it? It was a great fight to watch, mate. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, that kid's again a tough kid, didn't he? He took his licks, but come back with a few shots, and as I say, landed more than I wanted to see Levi hit with, but his chin never flinched.
What was it? That was exactly what I was going to say. It never blinked though, did it? Even though he got took with a couple of good overhand rights, it never stopped him coming forward, never stopped him throwing. So exciting.
He is an exciting fighter, and he wasn't what I expected when we signed him on. He's going into one of my favourite fighters, and he sells a few tickets as well, and he's definitely going to be a journey to follow, isn't he? And then the big fight, the English super flyweight, Brandon Diard steps in with Ben Norman, who's been there before and done the 10 rounds. It was the first one for Brandon. He never even done more than a 6, so step up for Brandon, but he outclassed Ben Norman, and the scorecards were 99-91, and he put him over once. Maybe, you know, I was doing discredit to Ben, thinking that Brandon might stop him, but fair play to Ben for staying in there, because Brandon was dominant, and it was a class win, and having the 10 rounds under his belt will do his confidence, no harm whatsoever. And from that, hopefully, there's not many about Superfly. He can get mandated for the British, and him and Marcel Braithwaite, which would be a great fight, and the local derby can get put on for the British. And after that performance on Saturday, I'd be fully confident of Brandon against Marcel Braithwaite.
What I was impressed with, considering he'd never done the 10 rounds before, he set a nice pace, and he never took his foot off the pedal. He was on him, and testament to Ben Norman. He's a tough kid, him.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to recover from that knockdown.
No, listen, as I say, he's an experienced and durable kid, and he had his own moments in that fight as well. The 99, 91 might not have been a justice for him, but as I say, once Brandon gets in the rhythm, he's again pleasing on the eye. I think
very
he's saying, he's got all the shots in the book. And then last but one fight of the night, Brad Ray has come back in super middleweight and looked fantastic. He looks like he's grown into that weight already. It's only 2 fights he's had at that, and I'm not saying he's not been a big puncher, but he's not been known as a big puncher. He could dig a little bit, and I've seen him knock a few out before, but on Saturday night, the body shot was a fantastic one. Knocked him in half and he couldn't get up from it, was it? But before that, he was looking really relaxed, composed, and getting some great shots off.
Picked some beautiful shots. But I said in the pre-fight interview that I'd come down to Sharpstown to watch him, and I don't know what Andy Bro's done with him, but Andy said he's punching a lot harder, and I said, do you know something? I'd never class you as a puncher. Of course you can hit hard, but you're not a puncher. Right. And I think I might have that wrong now, because I think he might be.
Looked good, yeah. So listen, he's had his 2 comeback fights on VIP now, hasn't he? And he's got to get back in on Sky. He's still got to deal with boxers, so I'll be letting him know he won't be ready for the 20th of January, which is their next show. But after that, let's put him in and get him back to where he was, which was like a top prospects on Sky TV.
Well, he's only defeated now. He's doing his bad.
Yeah, Tyler Denny's gone on
to
win the middleweight European title, hasn't he? So there's no shame in that. Although, again, I'm sure if we put them together now, we'd get a different change in result. But that's done and dusted, and we've got to move forward. And he's got to prove that he's better than he was on that night. And hopefully we will do when we get the opportunity. And then the last fight night was a great fight, wasn't it? And
great learning fight for Tyrone.
Bit of blood all over the place, and Tyrone won it comfortably in Stefan Vincent. But fair play to Stefan. He tries his best, doesn't he? And he's good to have on the shows because he comes to win. And Tyrone was just a bit too good for him, but what a good fight to end the night with. And
well, he started really well, Stefan Vincent, because he's got a ridiculous engine. He's really fast, and like you said last time, very jerky, very hard to read. But the third round I think Tyrone had a really strong round, and I thought, this is it now, he's going to take over. And he did, but not in the way that I thought, because he just always in there to the end.
Listen, once he got his jab going, Tyrone, and then picking up the other shots there, it wasn't an easy fight. It become a lot easier than it was. And as you say, there was a bit of blood round there, but it was always competitive, and that's what we want to see. So one more show before the end of the year, but that was a good show, and these are the sort of levels that I really want to do in 2024. And as I say, we started off on Friday with 2 of our kids together there, and I think next year we're going to see a few more of them together, and probably on our shows as well. So over the Twixmas, as they call it, that's what I'll be doing with Steve Lillis. We'll be planning for next year. But Bolton on Saturday.
Almost.
I'll see you in a couple of days, and then we'll get it.
Just going about the Bolton show, I know we're going to talk about it in a few days, but we do actually have, it's not quite VIP versus VIP, but it is, because Marcus Tomlinson and then all his fights on our VIP.
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. I mean, we work with Alex, don't we, on the Bolton shows? So yeah, you could say that there. So Alex will be rooting for Marcus Tomlinson, who I always have done for, but on Saturday we were rooting for Owen Kirk. I mean, I think it'll just be another good fight. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, mate. I'll see you in a few days when you can run through the whole list.
Okay. Thanks.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.